GM, welcome to this week's episode of Fantasy Top Countdown. I am your host, Carpenter of Web3. Alongside me is 710, Silva, and special guest Finch. How's everyone doing?
What's going on? Doing great. Good to be here.
Happy to have you.
GM, fellas.
Yeah, super excited. It's 30 minutes away, just under 30 minutes away from starting a super big season 5, sponsored by Parallel. I think it's going to be, I'm definitely really hyped about it. So we'll kind of, I'll pass it over to Silva real quick, and then we'll then go 710 and then Fitch.
Yeah, man. It's like you said, kickoff of season 5 this morning. A lot of big things going on for Fantasy Top. We got new heroes. We got some new game modes actually this morning going live for the first time. And I know it's not just us. I know Parallel has a lot kind of on the burner for today and the next week. So excited to kind of dive in here and just hear more from Fitch and everyone, just what they've got cooking up over at Parallel.
Absolutely. And actually, 710 and this is probably for 710 and Fitch. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about how it kind of came to be the fantasy Parallel, partnership sponsored tournament that we have going?
Yeah,
getting ready to start.
Yeah, I think mutual friends is a good summary. 710, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we got a nice friend.
Yeah, I mean he's a legend in the Parallel community, Mr. Rev. So everybody knows who he is, and he's a big fan of both. And thinking about it, it made a lot of sense to collaborate on this, right? Like it's a great way to shine a different type of light. And I think we've looked at our business with a critical eye, especially with the kind of recent downturn of Web3 gaming. It's like you have to kind of really drill in, and it's like, hey, are we doing everything the best way that we could be doing it? Are we current with the metas and all that type of thing? And it's just been like one of the problems we identified is it's been a long time since we did a pack drop, right? And we want to do them more frequently. And this one, part of the difficulty is like if you've taken a break, you need to really like warm up the hype engine a little bit more, with that time off that you've taken. And so this is a great way to do that, right? Just to like really warm that engine up and get people talking about Parallel drops again. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but our drops used to be like the wildest thing that happened in CT. Like it was crazy. Like pack drop 1, pack drop 2. I feel like everyone that I knew in CT was talking about them, during those drops. And so pulling packs and posting about it. And it was like a big fanfare. And so we want to bring that energy back. And that's really part of the reason why we're working with you guys to do that. So.
Yeah, I think just from, it just makes sense. It's very similar communities, and, the game, it's trading cards. There's not many very successful ones in, crypto right now. So when you have two large communities like this, it really does make sense. But yeah, like those the pack drops last cycle, the prime keys, all the huge sales, it was insane. And we obviously, Fantasy Top, we love pack rips and trading cards and stuff. So like getting that in front of this community and having them talk about it, just through the gameplay of fantasy is, it's going to be fun. So yeah, super excited to watch this all unfold.
Yeah, me too. I what I'm really excited for, if there's somebody listening to this who has not participated in a Parallel pack drop before, please do it. And I'm not talking about for the sake of our business or anything. Like we're actually underpricing this set just because we want it to be like a come back and celebrate with us moment. And so the packs are like literally cheaper than they've ever been. We're giving away half of them to like our longtime players and community. So it's more of a celebratory pack drop. But I'm saying that because they're awesome. Like the one thing that we've always done super well is pack drops. And there's this crazy cinematic and this crazy experience. Like you're in like a 3D visual space opening the pack. It's hard to explain unless you've you've done it before, I strongly encourage it, right? Like it is sick. It is awesome. It's not going to cost you a bunch of money. I think the packs are like $30 or something. So, definitely try it out if you haven't. Because I envy you. I wish I could go back to the first time that I did a pack drop because it was just mind blowing at the time. So,
absolutely, yeah, and that's one thing that we kind of had talked about. 710 and I talked about in the green room, as well as Silva. Is there's some members in the community, myself included, that are big Magic the Gathering players, and there's a big synergy there, and that's why I'm really excited for the expansion set, right?
Yeah,
which definitely adds to that synergy and just that feeling. So I'm super excited to dig into it, and just the mechanics of the game are super fun as well. So
yeah, I mean, Parallels obviously, as any good card game, is very similar to Magic, right? Like Magic's the grandfather of all TCGs, really, and so the colors, like the factions map to the colors. Red is Markolian, which is a rush deck, so on and so forth, right? Like that's what this hat is right there. So yeah, we've got the kind of core themes of Magic going on with a lot of other new fresh mechanics. This set will introduce a bunch of new mechanics, stealth, withdraw. We've got some really cool things in there. So for existing players or new players, I think for new players, this is like undoubtedly the best time to join Parallel because we've been around for a long time, building, developing the game, developing other games, developing the community, developing the lore. And so there's a lot that's there. Like, I mean, Parallel started in like 2020, we're now like an old head. We're an OG in the Web3 world, by default, I guess. But that means that if you're coming into the game experience now, like we're about to roll out mobile, the game has progressed like a long way in terms of UX. It still has more to go, but there's been many cards added to the game already. And it's also not at that point of being too much. Like to your point, Carpenter, how many Magic cards are there? Like 30, 40,000?
Oh yeah. Probably pushing about 50 now.
Yeah. So we're at like still in the hundreds. So it's not gotten to that point where it's like, okay, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of the Hearthstone and Magic players who play Parallel have said this feels kind of like those early days of, those games that we played. So,
yep. It reminds me a lot of the, like for those familiar with like Commander, to where you have.
It is. Yep. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. For anyone who's listening who doesn't know what that means, Commander in Magic is like you have a leader, right? In Parallel, you have leaders by default. So it's effectively like you're playing Commander sort of by default in Parallel. We call them Paragons. They're like your faction leaders, your champions, who are out there acting on the battlefield, actively and passively, usually both, to sway the game in your favor. So
that's like the biggest thing I was super excited about, because that's like, aside from draft in Magic, the Commander is my favorite like pastime. That's the way
we're working on draft as well.
Oh, really? Okay, let's go.
Draft is our next like major project.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, so the devs have already started sort of scoping that out and doing some initial work on that. So yeah, that's our next. Basically, it's like Deception goes out, then we're gonna basically put the finishing touches on mobile, roll mobile out, and then draft is the very next thing.
Oh,
so
I'm gonna start just putting money aside for that then, because draft is. That's what I did in Magic. I just traveled for this Star City Games tour and just did draft for like a year and a half.
That's great. Yeah, and it just brings that like physical TCG feel. It's like you're in a shop playing with friends. So we're really excited about developing that feature and getting that out there.
Yeah, and it's awesome too, because it's like you said, it's the beginning days. You don't have those tens of 20s of thousands of cards. You still have like where you can still learn all the cards because and kind of know what's the best decks to build. And yeah, it's just I know I'm getting like FOMO. I'm gonna start playing again. Like I was playing a little bit this weekend.
Honestly, like I think, and this is just me being like very honest about ourselves. Like I think there's things that we've done really, really well, and things that we didn't do as well, right, along the journey. It's been a long journey, right? You have a lot of time to reflect along the way. One of the things that we did really well is the game is great. Like it just straight up is a great game, right? And I don't say that with any hubris. Like the game mechanics, the actual core gameplay, everyone agrees. It's kind of sort of universally agreed. Like this is a great game. And so again, it's just fun. It's well designed. And again, we're building on the shoulders of giants here, right? Like it's not to say we didn't borrow from, Magic where appropriate or Hearthstone where appropriate, but obviously with like the commander format sort of as standard, the banking mechanic to generate energy to play your cards, sort of a better mana system. And then a lot of like finer point mechanics. It just comes out to an experience that's really, really cool. And I think people like our art and visual design has always been highly praised, but this is the other thing that I think we do the best. Everything else around the game takes time, the polish, the crispness of it to get to that point where it feels like Magic Arena or it feels like Hearthstone. That takes years, let's be honest, right? But we've had years now. We're getting close to that point. But underneath all of that, the actual core gameplay is really, really fun. So I think for people who haven't tried it, I would recommend giving it a try.
Yeah, and that's one thing I really liked is the because it adds to the like the strategy of the game is banking, how you bank the cards for the energy, because then you have to think, it's just so much more thought process that goes into everything you're banking because you're giving up that card for the entirety of the game.
Yeah. For listeners, basically, like you get your initial draw of cards every turn in order to generate a continually stacking energy to play higher and higher cost cards. You have to put one away face down into a bank. Now, this doesn't mean that it goes away necessarily, because especially in Deception, we're adding a mechanic where you can actually directly play cards out of the bank.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's crazy. That's going to create some wild combos. But already the bank is kind of like a separate pile, right? And it makes it tough because every turn you're forced to make a difficult choice, right? And it's just always putting that like, what do I do here? Kind of thought process in your head. But now it's far more complicated. In the past, obviously, things like reveals, right, where you could reveal not just your hand but the bank were a prominent part of the game. Now we're introducing where you can actually play cards directly from the bank as kind of like a stealth strategy, right? So, I'm banking this. I'm kind of making you think that I'm not going that route with my hand, but actually that's the whole thing that I've set up, and then I'm going to later play that. Like, so you can do some crazy things with it.
Yeah, that's making me think there's some. That's going to get crazy.
And stealth as well is the other cool mechanic for Deception that we've shown a light on, where you could play a unit to the board, and generally speaking, it's not attackable. You can't touch it until it attacks. So you can imagine you can start to set up these like multi-layered stacking attacks, right? Where, okay, I've got a couple stealths, and then I play something from the bank, and all of a sudden you've got a lot coming at you in one turn. So it's some cool stuff.
Reminds me of those combo decks that I disliked playing against because they were so powerful. Like
a good combo deck is very frustrating.
Yes,
I gotta say, I was not a TCG guy like prior to working at Parallel, but then I just kind of fell in love with them.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen players get more tilted than TCG players, dude. I literally like FPS doesn't even hold a candle. TCG players get so tilted. I mean, they just absolutely rage. It's insane.
I've been there before.
But I guess it feels bad if you like get absolutely combo stacked out like that and by a deck, and you've played for 20, 30 minutes to get to that point just to get like annihilated in one turn. I guess I understand the rage,
especially when you're like one draw away from ending them and they just hit the combo. It's horrible feeling.
There's nothing quite like that IRL crash out at the table with someone else there.
100%. Yeah, it's a feels bad moment for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was just ready to say. Ask you guys. I felt like I just kind of started yabbing too much about it, getting into my TCG nerdery. So
we're gonna have some fun with that. I think later this week we're gonna do an onboarding stream with you. Kind of go through the game.
I think you've got Muka, right? Because he's way better than me.
Yep, I gotta call simulator. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like
but
the
yeah,
de facto community coach, and he
Oh,
now
let's go.
is on the team. So he's like, he was doing like content creation and community coaching before he worked here, and then now
wow.
now he works here. Yeah, he's good. He's like competitor, level of like a world's competitor.
Let's go.
Which, by the way, we that's worth mentioning. Again, if people are unfamiliar with us, like we had a world championship at HyperX Arena in Vegas this past year. Like it's serious. Like we've got people competing for real money here. Some actual like elite TCG players. We had a guy, he was second in the world in Hearthstone who won the parallel championship.
Holy
Oh, wow.
cow.
Yeah. So like it's no joke. I mean, we've got some heavy hitters here from Magic and Hearthstone and places of that nature, Gwent, wherever, who are competing in parallel esports. So
I think you're gonna end up reigniting a flame in myself, and there's another member in the community, Clayton Mooney, who used to play professionally Magic. I think we're both gonna have to get back into it and take it right.
We got some Magic pros in there already. You're welcome. Water's warm.
There we go. I like it.
Yeah.
And so for the deception, your mint is coming up on the 30th, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be on OpenSea. We've had a long-standing positive relationship with OpenSea. I've always said OpenSea is amazing, by the way. I know people kind of shit on them in the industry. I think that's super unfair, to be honest. Like, they took their time to launch a token. Like, is that what we're mad at them about? Seriously? Like, come on, guys, grow up, right? They've always been one of my favorite platforms to use. I don't know about you guys. I think using OpenSea is awesome, right? Like, I've always enjoyed their UX. Compared to other options, I'm a fan. Okay, if you couldn't tell, but we've had a great business relationship with them, and we're really stoked about the drop. Basically, we're doing half of the cards to the community for free as a promo. Basically, if you've been actively playing, if you've spent on past pack drops. Which again, we were talking about this before the show. Like our pack drops used to be wild, right? They were the craziest thing, out there for a time being. And I recommend people give it a try. But yeah, we're doing this drop with them, and so it'll be pretty straightforward, pretty easy experience. Like I said, I think the packs are like $30, so it's very easy to get your hands on a couple. Just throw a little extra dust you got at it. Have the experience, and maybe you pull something epic,
Heck yeah, I'm definitely excited for be ripping some packs.
Yeah, we have like 250 packs to give away through Fantasy, and $100,000 in prime rewards coming through the sponsorship from Parallel. So that'll be over the next 6 weeks through tournaments and a couple surprises we have coming. That'll be fun, and it'll get the Parallel community involved, and they'll have chances to win Parallel prizes by playing Fantasy. So it'll be pretty exciting.
Love it. It just makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's literally too easy. All the reason why, and like no reasons not to. So. But yeah, like as you said, like with OpenSea, and it's cool, like with Parallel, seeing this second wave, this cycle, from these OG projects really trying to recapture the magic and stuff, and it feels like everybody's kind of coming together around at the same time, and it's all kind of like really just gonna blow up once everybody starts hitting their stride. But yeah, I don't think in terms of the cycle and NFTs and kind of all of this, it's still all just growing every day. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. At the end of the day, like we're here, we're still cooking on many different fronts. I always thought the TCG game was going to be a long battle because the competitors that you're trying to beat in this industry have been around for a long time. Right, like you're going up against Magic, which has been around for not years but decades, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Carpenter, correct me if I'm wrong. It's like the 80s, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When Alpha came out, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, come on now, right? Come on, right? You're competing against a giant with like tens of millions of players. I remember when I first started to kind of immerse myself in the TCG world, I was shocked at how many people play Magic the Gathering, right? It's one of those games like Dungeons and Dragons where you never think about how many people do it until you do. And then you're like, holy shit, this is incredibly popular, right?
Yeah.
It's something like 30 or 40 million people play Magic, right? And then Hearthstone in and of itself is a massive, massive competitor. So it's a tough space to compete in, but we're grinding our ass off, right? Like I think in Web3 TCGs, nobody is really our equal. You know, we've kind of built something that I think is really gonna stand the test of time. And like I said, it just takes time to prove that out. But we have one of the kind of exciting like zenith moments of our world. Like the pack drops are always the pinnacle of excitement, right? Because you can pull epic shit. It's just like a CT thing that's been really, really hyped for years now, and something that people have loved to participate in. And we have curated a pretty epic visual experience for it. So yeah, I'm stoked. I always enjoy these moments, and I wish they came more often.
Absolutely. And one thing haven't touched on yet is you have something launching on Solana phones today, right?
We do. Yeah, we actually have Colony, which is our super anticipated AI like simulator game. I struggled trying to describe it because it's really a type of game that's never existed before, where you are talking to an AI agent and like fulfilling certain tasks and kind of having a experience that is unique, because it's not scripted dialogue, right? It's all emergent out of your dialogue with the agent. And so it's this kind of emergent narrative gameplay that's only possible with AI. And to my knowledge, we were the first company in the world, period, to announce an AI game. And I quite literally mean this. Like we did this before Google and NVIDIA had their AI gaming papers that they published, and Stanford had a paper. And like really around this time, slightly before them, we were like, we're building an AI game. So we think probably we can say the world's first AI game. We're just gonna say it. Okay, we're gonna say it and see if it fits. But it is really cool, and so this will be early access version of that. It'll be the featured app in the new Solana phone. So we're excited about that. And I was joking with the guys that's literally launching pretty much as this call takes place, probably shortly after at this point. So yeah, we're excited about that too. So it's just an exciting time all around for Parallel. We've got, the pack drop for the TCG. We've got our most anticipated second title coming up as well.
Absolutely. That's going on? Is it strictly Solana phones at first?
Yeah, it is at first. So the exception will be for our avatar holders. If you hold our avatar NFTs, we're going to be opening up access to you in testing periods during this, but otherwise it's exclusive to the Solana phone. And it'll remain so until roughly the end of the year. And then at that point, we'll kind of see what the rest of the rollout cadence is. I mean, it's still such an early phase that it's possible that there's a huge amount of feedback on the experience that comes in during the Solana phone phase that we then say, okay, we're going to go back in the lab and work on this for a few more months. Like, it's hard to say what happens after that, but for now, that's the cadence. So you could either have a parallel avatar to get access, or you could have a Solana phone to get access.
Perfect. And that's a good idea too. I like that. The exclusivity for that too, especially for like the testing phase, kind of that rollout. Feedback and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a great opportunity. It was, too good to pass up, basically, where Solana, was an investor in our last round and has been very supportive of us and is going to be, where Colony's living from a chain perspective. And so, them saying, hey, we'd love to put you in the app and put you in a featured spot. You're not going to say no to Solana. So of course we're more than happy to work with them and, put this early access out on there.
Absolutely. And how long will it be in the featured spot? on Solana phones?
I believe it's a full week. Yeah. So should be starting today until the following Monday. So if you have a Solana phone, starting at some point today, like I said, there's always some last minute shenanigans, but starting at some point today, you'll just be able to open the App Store and it'll be like the very first thing that you see in the App Store. So
Perfect. Awesome.
So Fitch, I got a quick question for you. Obviously, we've been talking this morning. Parallel has a whole suite of different products and games, right? You have kind of your main TCG offering. You have, this AI-based game coming to Solana Seeker phones and to Avatar NFT holders. I also know, you guys have the whole Prime token and everything, kind of the agentic experience on base. Where do you personally see like this Fantasy Top partnership kind of fitting into that as far as we talked about there'll be 250 packs over the course of this season for Fantasy Top players. Is one of those packs enough for someone to get started playing? Would they, if they win one, would they need to go out and try and, build? Is it only part of the kind of key there where they need to, if they win a pack, they still need to go out and build, a full functioning deck? I guess kind of what is your vision there? What do you see as kind of being, one of the bigger differentiators of this is kind of a partnership for you guys, just because, like I said, you have so much going on,
Yeah. I mean, it's always a lot going on. And I think that's the thing we're always trying to balance. Like we just put out a huge community update blog to kind of clarify across our products, where are we putting priorities? How are we thinking about things? But when it comes to pack drops themselves, each pack is going to yield 10 cards. And you may get better or worse cards out of a given pack. The thing to remember is Parallel is a free-to-play game. You do not have to have NFT cards at all to play. So your NFT cards are just enabling you to earn Prime and to own your cards, right? The way that the Web3 experience works in Parallel is it's optional, is the easiest way to describe it. You can play the game exactly like you play Hearthstone, or exactly like you play Magic Arena, where you're unlocking the digital cards as you go. And those are perfectly viable. You can also combine them into a deck with NFT cards, right? So you could have all NFT cards in a deck. You could have none. You could have half. You could have whatever percentage you want. So if you're pulling these NFT packs and you get some NFT cards, and you're obviously not going to be all the way to a deck, that's totally fine. Play the game, unlock those cards, backfill your deck with the regular digital versions and non-NFT versions. You're still going to have enough to play, but you'll be able to earn Prime and you'll have cards that you're able to trade. So it's like basically an opt-in experience. Do you want to have the digital equivalent of what physical Magic is, where you can trade it and do all those things? Great. If you don't, and you don't care about that, you don't have to participate in that. Or if you care somewhat, but you just want to use part of the deck as NFTs, that's totally viable too.
Amazing. Yeah, I love that answer. Thank you, man. I think that is a really great kind of onboarding tool. Like you just said, it is a free to play experience. So this is almost just like a supplementary way to get people involved. Like you said, earning Prime with their own cards, giving them, the ability to trade and own outside of kind of the free to play version there, where anyone can get started. And yeah, I'm excited to hopefully win some rewards on my Fantasy Top wallet, so I can have all of my imaginary digital trading cards in one place instead of scattered across 10 different wallets trying to figure out what goes to what game.
Yeah, that's it's good to stay organized in this industry.
We just had the tournament just started 1 minute ago. Yeah, so we got, I think, this week $10,000 in Prime rewards added to the tournament across the top 5 leagues, and 50 packs. That's in addition to, of course, all the other ETH and fragment rewards. So that's underway. We have heroes posting, scoring is live, and I believe they should have the Parallel rewards showing. If not, they will display next to everybody's decks and stuff in the app, so you'll be able to keep track of how much Prime and how many packs you're winning across all the leagues.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, I'd say I was as we were doing. I was putting in the last couple decks because like I was super indecisive on it. It's been a crazy week trying to sweep as much of that prime as I can. But it's
I'm excited.
Absolutely. And this is a for those who don't know, we've had there's been like weekly or tournament sponsors, but this is an entire season sponsor, which is huge, and it's the first of its kind, right? 710.
Yeah, this is the first season sponsor. No better than do it with Parallel. I think AI Rev, he went through a lot of cards over the weekend in preparation for this tournament, so he's ready as well, trying to get back some of that prime so he can use it.
Yep.
But yeah, just everybody, the entire community went pretty crazy on the cards preparing for this, not only this tournament, but this season. 6 weeks of added rewards. And from it's not more fragments or more ETH. It's prime. It's parallel cards. You can go use them. You can go try something new. You can go play. And then with that, we're going to have some activations from that $100,000 prime rewards pool. It's not going to be all through the tournaments. You're going to be able to talk about Parallel, the Deception Mint, create content, and also earn some rewards via that, along with some other game modes that we're going to have coming that won't require you to own any cards, but you'll still be able to play alongside the core tournament. We'll share more, but pretty much the entire Parallel community, NFT community, will be able to hop in and take a shot at these prime rewards. So that'll be coming hopefully in the next couple of weeks, but that's super exciting. And I think we're going to have some Parallel exclusive heroes in there as well. So we'll see who's able to make it in there.
Let's go. That'll be huge.
I'm stoked. Yeah, that's sick.
It's going to be a fun 6 weeks.
Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just the start. We're going to be doing, the plan is, have a whole bunch of streams. I know Parallel has a whole bunch of amazing creators. Fantasy, it does as well. And I think, just with packs alone and the gameplay, there's like endless content you can make. And that's kind of what's amazing about these two projects, which really helps because, as we see with like meme coins and stuff, attention and stuff dies because there's only so much content you can make over the same meme. But when you have projects, with this much depth and, kind of, all these different products and, kind of just verticals going into different areas, the content is endless. And so as long as you kind of, foster that community and those creators, that's one of the big, tools that, as projects, you really need to lean on because, as long as they're having fun, and then when they share it, people see that, and people see they want to have fun. They see people having fun. So they're just naturally, they will gravitate towards that. So yeah, it's just, it's super fun. Excited to work with, the Parallel team, the Parallel community over these next six weeks. It's, it's perfect timing with these new leagues and all these new updates we did as well. It's just kind of the excitement for both projects is kind of just, sparking up again. So yeah, it's great timing. And I think we're going to have plenty of things to do over these next 6 weeks.
Yeah, agreed. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. All righty. Let me see something real quick. Was there any other questions or talking points you wanted to hit on Silva, 710, or Fitch before we jump to the next segment?
I think
just something, from earlier when Fitch, you and Carp were just, comparing it to Magic. It just, the whole thing is so funny, the dichotomy of even, you mentioned it, Fitch, that Parallel is like an OG within Web3 terms now, right? I mean, I remember participating in the first, second, third pack drops you guys ever did years and years ago. So the fact that, like, you guys kind of have that reputation just because you've been around for a few years in Web3. And I mean, not a lot of teams make it that far.
It's
But
tough to survive in this industry, man. It's
very.
really, yeah. I mean, it's a brutal wasteland sometimes, but
Yeah.
it is. It feels a lot longer than it actually is in regular world terms.
Real
5
person years.
right? Yeah, real person years. We're like dog years in this industry. It ages you differently. So
100%, dude. And you look at Magic the Gathering, it's 30 plus years old, and people are like,
insane.
well, why is it parallel just like Magic? Like, what are they waiting on? Well, they need 25 more years, like that. Like
Yeah.
those are real things that need to happen. And so it is just always funny seeing kind of like the breakneck speed Web3 moves at, and that everyone still expects you guys to move 3 to 5 times faster than that. And it's like, no, good things take time. Like, you got to be patient. You got to let them innovate and iterate. And so I think it is nice to see that you guys have stuck around for as long as you have. You're still innovating, and you're still, you're still on top of having, a really strong and supportive community. You're still doing these outreach programs with other, successful projects. And so I just think that bodes really well for just the state of parallel and showing that, if you want to make it in Web3 gaming, it is not easy, but it is absolutely possible. So, I just appreciate you guys having that continued perseverance throughout everything Web3 may throw at you.
I appreciate that more than like that statement that you just said is probably the nicest thing to hear, because it is a grind, right? And I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh, there's no like benefits of working in this industry. There's no rewards for, going along this path. There are, but at the end of the day, like, it's super tough. It's super difficult. There really hasn't been a truly successful Web3 game, maybe with the exception of like Axie, right? Like, Axie kind of broke through in the East in a way that I don't think that other games have really replicated, right? And you look at Off the Grid had, a pretty massive moment. But then in terms of, the other contender, we're kind of up there with like games that reached a certain level, but then trying to break through that, it's like we came into contact with the broader TCG world. We had our moment there. The Hearthstone people weren't all too thrilled about us at first. I don't know if you remember that. We had a little bit of drama with the Hearthstone community, but pushing through that and actually like finding your fit within the TCG world and bringing your product up to snuff, up to par with something like Hearthstone. Again, they're 11 years old. We're not even 5 truly yet. So it just takes time. It takes perseverance. It takes pushing through. And I'm just glad we're still here, still fighting, still innovating, still pushing on different fronts, still pushing new sets for the TCG. We're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. The perseverance comment was exactly the right one. And I appreciate you making it.
Very welcome, man. Yeah. Just having been around, myself that many years, been in Web3 since what feels like day zero. It is a little saddening when you see just teams and projects drop off one by one over the years. So seeing the few that have made it this long, it's like, okay, like, we can be a real industry. We can challenge the real monoliths of Web2 and TCG, gaming, collectability. That is absolutely at the core of all this. So you need those paragons of the industry fighting the good fight and, showing promise of product building, real things that are going to make, the broader Web2 communities like, want to come in and be a part of it. So you've got your backers, man. You just gotta keep fighting.
I appreciate that, man. It's that's really nice of you to say. And I truly mean that. Like, I think it's very easy to forget, right? Especially when markets turn down and, it's like, you're just kind of feeling negativity, and then you forget, like, we're actually one of the leaders of the industry in many ways, at least in terms of how much we've innovated within Web3 gaming. I think we may be the most innovative Web3 gaming company that's ever existed. I actually think that that's probably a fairly reasonable, objectively true statement. So, it doesn't mean that we're going to have success, and it doesn't mean, anything really. You're always fighting for everything you get, but it means that thankfully, you know, people like you can look and say, okay, yeah, there's something worthy of some level of respect there, and ideally the competitors, at least, or the target market for ourselves, TCG players globally, will be able to look and say the same thing and say, okay, this is quality enough that I'm not going to just dismiss it and call it some scam garbage. Some people will do that by default, right? Like, so that's just, some people are always going to do that, but that we found that at least we have a level of quality that we're able to earn respect from, you know, serious TCG players, and we've shown that. We've actually got a lot of them playing the game right now. World champion level competitors in major TCGs currently play Parallel. So at least as far as that type of evidence goes, we've won that. We did that. You know, we had that type of success, and so now it's about taking it to scale and actually matching the level of quality of something like Hearthstone, which I will fully admit we have not done yet, right? Because it's very difficult to do. So.
Last thing, and I'll send it back over to Carp to move us forward. But you know, I find it, again, as a former Hearthstone player at least, I find it funny, you know, when you bring up the quote unquote drama that they might have had. But I mean, brother, when are they not getting mad about?
Oh, I'm
telling
you, dude, salty chips, bro, salty chips. It's crazy, and like I was saying earlier, I did not know that TCG players were like this. Probably. The meanest, most grumbly group of gamers out there. It's like the meta's always wrong, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The meta is always wrong. Something's wrong with them. It's not the players. The meta, it's either like this card's busted, or that meta's broken, or, you know, fuck this deck or whatever. It's like people are they're always extremely mad about something. And game balance, I do not envy the teams working on that, because my God, I mean, how are you going to satisfy this group of people? Like, it's impossible. I love them, obviously. You know, a lot of these and I've just fallen into the world. I mean, I like card games in general. I like to play poker, and I love the strategic and competitive aspect of card games. And I really have fallen in love with a lot of, you know, great players in the community, and become great friends with them, and just the world of TCGs. But my God, I mean, it is super tedious sometimes. I like, I'll be the first to say, it's like, guys, let's be real here. You know, it's what are we complaining about again? You know, but yeah.
Oh yeah, yep. It is always that way. It always every time, whether it's IRL or online, there's Magic, whether it's Magic, Pokemon, even back in the Yu-Gi-Oh days. So.
Yeah, people think a Call of Duty lobby is toxic. I'm telling you, go hang around.
Oh yeah, that's nothing.
It's have no idea.
Yeah, go to your local TCG store on a Friday night. But yeah, super excited for the Deceptions Mint on the 30th. Is there a certain time that goes live?
There is. There's a lot on my mind. I think we're doing the afternoon.
Okay.
It'll be on our Twitter. So check out at Parallel TCG on Twitter. It'll be on there for sure. So we'll have all the details. I'm pretty sure we're doing the afternoon at 3 p.m. EST. So
okay, awesome, perfect. I want to get on the calendar. I'm gonna be there getting some packs. So I'm sure.
I'm telling you guys, like, it's a great experience. It's a fun time. You'll have fun doing it. Pitch a couple bucks at it. This drop is likely to sell out super fast, by the way. So do be timely with that, because we are setting buy limits on the packs, as we always do. But Parallel drops have a history of kind of flying off the shelves. And the way that we've constructed this one is to fly off the shelves. Yeah. So it's going to. So definitely be there at the time, ready to go. And then you should be fine.
Okay. Is there is it a first come first serve? Is there a whitelist?
Yeah. So the way that we've typically done it is we've done what's called a manifest. The idea being like a ship's manifest, if you know the term. That's the guest list, basically. Mm-hmm. So that was our version of whitelist. Everything we do is always kind of in universe. You know, we make it our own thing. So that's we would typically do manifests, but this time we're basically saying, similar to what the manifest list would have been if you would have been on that list. Again, this is not exactly. So for our community listening to me, please don't. It's not one-to-one mapping to the manifest, but the same idea. We're just going to give you those cards. We're just going to give you packs rather than put you on the allow list, right? And then the rest of the cards are going to a first come, first serve drop.
Oh, okay.
But there will be purchase limits, so one person can't buy all of the cards. Although he said he probably wants to buy a lot of cards, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, I think that's the thing is I've heard a lot of people saying they want to buy a ton of packs. So if you'd like to get some packs, I do strongly recommend being there at the drop time exactly.
Yeah, that's why I was asking at the time. I want to be there a little early. I'm gonna put my Google Home to remind me.
There like it used to be, and you guys, I think it seems like some or most of you have participated in parallel pack drops before. You remember it used to be like instantaneous sellout, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking like millions of dollars in a drop would be sold out like within seconds. It was pretty.
I remember
nuts
being pretty salty that I wasn't like because I literally got a drink of water.
Talk about some rage in Discord, dude. Oh my god, I always used to dread pack drop days because people would rage so hard, and you'd basically be online for like 20 hours at a time, managing the pack drop and expectations and everything like that, and ripping packs with people. So it's equal parts celebration and fear because people are going to crash out super hard. But thankfully, I think we've like mostly moved past that phase, but there's still a little bit of crash out that goes on when people don't get their packs. So it is what it is. I mean, it's the nature of having things that people desire to have. So,
oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, this has been great. I do have FOMO that I don't have. This is the first time that I've actually regretted not pulling the trigger. On a Solana phone, which I literally had it in the car, had the money ready, was going to buy it, and I was like, I better not. And now I really regret it.
Now, yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, we obviously would love for people to have the phones, but we recognize that not everyone's going to have the phone. So one of the things we're doing with Solana is we're going to be giving away some phones. So we'll be doing some phone giveaways on parallel social media channels. The easiest way to find out about this is just following us on the main Twitter, Parallel TCG. We do have a separate Twitter for Colony at Parallel Colony, which is probably where the giveaways will take place, but they'll always be retweeted through the main account. Okay. So if you follow the main account, you're going to get the most complete information there. So we'll be doing some giveaways. And like I said, we'll be opening up access for avatar holders as well. So there's also the option to buy an avatar and get some access over the next few months as well.
Okay. And those avatars, are they on Solana base? I think they're on.
They're actually ETH mainnet collection.
I
Yeah.
thought they were base. I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, these ones are not on base, but they are kind of our flagship NFT in a lot of different ways. And they're like characters that you're actually going to be playing with in Colony. Like they are the characters. Yeah. That's one thing I for a newcomer, they are the same. They are the characters. So you'll see in the early access, Augencore, which is one of our factions, their avatars are in there. But you could, for example, be playing the game as an avatar that you own as an NFT, which I think is really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So
that'll be interesting. Yeah, I think we'll have to see how we can get some fragments integrated into either Colony or Parallel, but giveaways, get some fragments, let some Parallel players, earn some fantasy cards. I think it would be fun.
Yeah. Well, we should. I mean, it's a two-way street. Like, I'd love to put up some avatars as well for your community and give away a couple of those, and we're more than happy to be generous in that regard.
Yeah, that's the fun part. Doing these collabs with gaming, and especially doing it on like base and ETH, making it a lot easier tech wise. But with the games, it makes it easy and super fun and super engaging. Being able to put different game pieces into other games, and collaborating that way in some sort of cross play. You're getting these universes kind of mashing together. And I think that's what we're trying to do with these collabs, is with the gaming, and that's why it makes a lot of sense. But eventually, ideally, all these games should be working to integrate all these other popular game pieces in, so people can win and experience these types of things. Because that's what games are about. People like winning things. People like trying new things, exploring, and just that dopamine hit of winning something new is always amazing. So definitely looking forward to doing more on that front over the next 6 weeks with Parallel. There's so many different things we can do, but would love to do that.
Yeah, we're down for whatever. So let's cook, as the kids say.
Absolutely.
But there's going to be a lot happening between the tournaments, between the content. We're going to have there will be a Mindshare leaderboard going live. It's not a purely directed, typical, info-fi leaderboard stuff. It's the fantasy flavor integrated into gameplay stuff. But we're going to see who's talking about Parallel from both sides, fantasy, who's making some noise, new gameplay coming from fantasy. It's going to be a crazy 6 weeks. Hopefully it doesn't go too fast. We're going to be asking for you guys to do another one or something. This is what it's all about, though. I'm super excited for this. I hope you guys are too, and I hope the Parallel community, especially. I think that's the Parallel community is the big focus for me, at least. I really want this to be something, exciting for them. Because I know how it is, working with your communities and, trying to make sure that, they're having fun and, not trying to rip your head off. So that's super important. I want to make sure everybody's having fun with this. And I'm sure we will. But I thank you guys again for, teaming up with us to make this happen. This is like literally a dream, especially for like me personally, just the whole, I started kind of pretty much with Parallel in that whole early cycle, and then just having this all come together is like, I can't believe it still. But super excited, and thank you again for, stepping up. It's a big thing, kind of being first to do something, like this, experimenting and stuff. But that's kind of how we move forward, and we kind of progress and break through to different things. So, that's super excited, and thank you again. But looking forward to these next 6 weeks with you guys.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, we try to do that as a brand, be innovative and first to try things, and this is no exception. So it just makes a lot of sense, right? Like the format of what we do has a lot of similarities, and especially with this drop, it just made a lot of sense to activate here together. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope both communities feel rewarded and happy based on this activation that we're doing together.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like it might be. Then I'm gonna be playing Parallel now. I probably just gonna throw it on live stream. Do it every day during the tournament. Just live stream.
Yeah, most definitely, dude. I mean, Muka, who you guys will be talking to, can give you some tips on how to get started. And one other thing that we do is we also have creator decks as a promo that we do with the pack drops. So this time they should be launching roughly at the same time as the pack drop. And the idea is the creator deck will be a deck that you can claim for free that is from a creator, right? And these will not be NFTs, but it'll be a deck that you can get started with. And so top level players curate these decks, and then we put them out for them basically as like a promo. And they say, hey, this is a deck that I've workshopped during the test server, and I'm seeing great results with it. Now you can go to Parallel website and claim it for free. So again, the game is not a pay to play game. And I want to emphasize that if you're listening to this and you are interested in parallel, you can start literally for free, right? It is not, there's past creator decks that we have from, past sets. And then there's going to be another set of them upcoming with the drop. So you can go claim that, you can claim the new one, you can work through the kind of beginner content and unlock a bunch of cards that way. And you'll already have the cards that you need to play. And then if you're buying the packs, you'll have supplemental NFTs to actually start earning Prime and doing that whole part of the ecosystem as well.
Perfect. Yeah. And I look forward to getting deeper into that. There'll be a stream with myself and Mookie, or how do you pronounce it again?
Muka.
Yeah. Sorry about
it's
that.
Like Mocha, but just
Muka. There we go. Yeah. Doing an onboarding stream later this week. So super excited for that. It's definitely going to be getting Sandal Crab said he was looking forward into getting into it. And then we have a bunch of others in the community that I think that'll be very beneficial to a lot of people and a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll get an announcement out with the details for that onboarding stream to kind of kick it off. But I know we have a lot of amazing fantasy creators who are very skilled, in trading cards, and I'm sure they're would love to, get on some streams over the next 6 weeks with us and trying parallel and, kind of comparing the similarities to, the strategy between fantasy and parallel and how well they do and how well their skills translate. So yeah, we're going to look for plenty more streams, not only this week, but over the next 6 weeks coming from all the best fantasy players, all the best creators, and we'll get that going. But yeah, everything's just about just trading card season right now with parallel. We're going to have a lot of fun with the content creating, streamers. So yeah, super exciting. But we'll have details being posted from the main account when those streams are scheduled and ready to go for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll also be out there tipping streamers in Prime, giving away avatars on stream starting pretty soon. So if that's your cup of tea, you're welcome to join either as a streamer or as a viewer for that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're going to be doing some fragment stuff too as well for creators and people in streams. So sounds like there's going to be a lot of prizes and rewards just everywhere for everybody to, kind of get in on the fun. So don't have to play right away, but, try and tune into the streams at least, learn about the games, learn about both, get some prizes to get started. But yeah, that's I think we're just on the same page, even when we're trying not to be. So this, I think we're gonna be good.
Yeah. We're covering a lot here. Covering a lot of ground for sure.
There's never been a better time to put your creator hat on, your streamer hat on, and for two great projects. So, so definitely, get your feet wet if you haven't already. And I know, like 710 brought up, there already are a bunch of great creators on both sides of this partnership, and I have a feeling even more will start creating.
I'm looking forward to the pack opening experience. I know, as you've emphasized, this is pretty immersive and a big thing. But also that's great because, when you have an experience like that with pack openings, it makes people want to rip more packs.
Yes.
And fantasy, we love to joke about it. As lovers, we like to, hype ourselves up, but fantasy is known for having a buggy pack experience. So kind of looking forward to seeing something, A1 from you guys. But we do have we have some reinforcements coming soon on our side as well for that.
Great.
But hopefully we can learn from this. And but yeah, the Pokemon TCG app pack experience and stuff like that, and looking towards this, people love those type of things.
That's the holy grail. That's the holy grail.
That's where it all starts. Without that, that's it makes the streams and content a lot easier. That's super huge. People underlook these small things, but they make a huge difference. And the impact they have, it's infinite. It keeps going, and it just can be reproduced. So yeah, looking forward to that pack experience from you guys. And, I think I'm going to be making some clips and streams myself as well. Just super excited for this all. But yeah, I think we're 30 minutes into the tournament. It's going to last until Thursday, until 7 a.m. We got 72 hours of tweets, bangers. We're going to see we got Korea blockchain week going on. Markets tanking. It's going to be fun, exciting. So hopefully we can distract ourselves with some trading cards until the
Is that just every conference? Like this is the meme, right? Every conference it dumps. Why is that true? Why has that been true as long as I've been doing this? Like it's weird. It's really
weird.
Everybody's got to sell their crypto to buy first class plane tickets.
Yeah, I guess we're all broke LARPs. We're all broke LARPs in this industry, I guess. My God.
Turns out there's like 6 people supporting the entire crypto market, apparently.
Unironically true, right? Like that's that's actually literally probably true. No, I just looked at the markets. What I mean,
I try not to look at them on Monday,
every major conference. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like we have this habit too of always putting our pack drops right after a major conference, right? I mean, a lot of times, at least in the golden era, it would like pump out of it into the pack drops. We seem to always hit that timing. It's very strange.
There you go.
So maybe we'll get that as well, right? Because I guess it's quite literally the same timing here.
Oh yeah, that's good. It's actually perfect.
Pump out of the conference action.
Yeah, that's some good synergy there. Actually,
trust me, nobody planned this, right? Like nobody's sitting here being like, let's put it 3 days after the. No, nobody's ever said that. It just always ends up that way. It's very weird. I don't know how this keeps happening.
The crypto gods are looking out.
I guess.
Heck yeah. This has been good. I can't believe it's already been an hour, but yeah, it felt.
I know
that flew.
Yeah, well, great chatting with you guys. I
absolutely
really appreciate the chance to come on here and talk shop.
So this is we try to this is going to be our Monday morning show. So feel free, to hop on. We're going to be doing it next 6 Mondays forever. So if you want to hop back on, we'd more than love to have you again. But yeah, we'll continue to highlight the tournament starts, all the parallel action coming through these Monday shows, and then we have a whole bunch of already, the streams, the deck building series, fantasy talk down on Thursdays, and then we're going to have a whole bunch of parallel focus streams coming as well. So appreciate you joining us this early. Well, it's super early for me, probably a little bit later for you, but appreciate you joining. And then if you ever want to stop by again, would love to have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, I had a good time chatting with you guys, so I'd love to do it again in the future.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and thank you to the co-host, the guests. Thank you for everyone watching, and we will see you guys next week. Well, and we'll see you for this show. We'll see you guys again, like in a day. But for this show, we'll see you next week.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye, guys.
See you guys. Thanks, Fitch.